surprise, mostly because I'm really nervous about it. I've almost blew the surprise already. Um, but this coming week, I have the week off for school. And Connor and I talked about me flying out there, but we were like, well, we spent a lot of December together and a lot of January together with me off school and him on winter shutdown for his work. And so we were like, oh, let's just save the money. We were both really bummed about it, but we were like, it's okay. And so the other day I was like, you know what, I'm literally going to be doing nothing. I'm literally going to be just sitting around. And so I was like, I'll just see how much flights are. They're expensive. And I could have gone a route where you go through Expedia or wherever. Priceline, I think, is what I was looking at, where you can buy a flight but not commit to knowing who you're flying with, the time you're flying out, your seat, anything. And it was like half the price. And I was so tempted. But then I'm like, do you know how many times something has gone wrong with me in the airport? Too many times for my comfort. And I was like, if I'm gonna spend even that much money, I want to like know when I'm gonna get there. I'm a mess with my luck in the airports. So I bought a flight, and I'm nervous for multiple reasons. One, we're supposed to get snow, which normally I say, oh, it never really snows. They say it will and it won't. That's not true. This last weekend, I said that last weekend, and we got like 6 or 7 inches. So now, I have to be careful. My flight that I got gets in around 5 o'clock his time. So my thought is that I'm going to call him, say, hey babe, what are you doing? And hopefully he'll say nothing. Fingers crossed. And then I'll be like, well, come pick me up from the airport. So we'll see how that goes, if that works out that smoothly. So A, I'm worried about weather. B, I'm worried because I have class Friday morning from 8 to 10, and my flight leaves at 11:10 a.m., which normally in the Omaha airport, I'm not really worried about that. Security is never long. This has never been a problem. But with the government shutdown, don't even get me started on that. I'm very passionate. I like all over the country, I'm sure you've read, has been like a nightmare. Like terminals are closing because they don't have enough TSA agents. Someone just got through with a gun the other day. So my fear is that the security lines are going to be long. So I'm already going to be rushing from class. God bless my roommates for dropping me off. And thankfully we live pretty close to the airport. So my goal is to still get there around an hour early, 50 minutes early, but I can already just seeing this go not so great because of my luck. We shall see. I forgot the best part. How I almost blew the surprise already. So the other night, I think it was last night, I sent my parents the itinerary because they like to have that information. And my dad sent me a text saying, I don't see your flight going to Ohio. It says it's going to Chicago, but not Ohio. And I was like, what? And I was on FaceTime with Konrad while I got this. And I kind of paused because I was reading and I couldn't multitask. And Conrad's like, what's up? And I was like, oh, Dad doesn't understand my flights. And Konrad and I have not bought our February or March flights yet, so I couldn't BS it that route. And he's like, flights? What flights? And I was like, oh my gosh. And so I was like, oh, flights? I meant to say schedule. And he's like, what? And I was like, well, Mom and Dad want to know my school schedule so they can get lunch with me sometime this week. and I went on and on about how our schedule for school is so changes every day, like it's never the same, and I don't know how, but I think I pulled it off, and we'll see when I pull this off. If I do, I'll tell him all this, I'll show him this video, and we'll see if he caught on or if he had an inkling. Hopefully not.
My lovely roommate dropped me off and got me here on time. Barely made it out of class on time. So thank you.
You're welcome. Have fun.
In my endless sky, forever flowing, forever running. How nice, so let's take our time. We don't have to rush, we don't have to hide. Sleepwalking, sleep talking. Tired eyes never see so clear. Sleepwalking, sleep talking. On your pillow next to me. Oh, I don't know if you dream of me, if you dream of me. Oh, I don't know if you dream of me, if you dream of me. But I don't care to die. I don't care tonight.
I made it to Ohio and I'm in the airport and I hate vlogging in public. So I'm gonna make this real quick. Don't know how I pulled this off. And I'm waiting for Konrad to get off work, and I found out he made plans with friends for after work, so I'm going to call him, and the weather's really bad in Lincoln, so he said don't drive back to Lincoln tonight. So I'm gonna call him and say, hey, I decided not to drive back to Lincoln. Can I go to dinner with you and your friends instead? And we'll see what he says. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, that's my plan, and right now he's working a little bit of overtime, so we'll see. I'll just hang and do my homework.
Hey, how are you?
Okay, look where I am.
Thank you, sweetheart.
I pulled it off, kind of.
So when we started talking, she's like, yeah, one time I said that my dad was upset about my flights. And I'm like, yeah, I remember that. That was weird. And then there was another time where she was saying something about how she felt bad that she was asking her roommates to drive her to the airport. And I'm like, when's this? And she just like moved on, and I just kind of forgot about it, I guess.
Well,
I
don't recall telling him about my roommates taking me to the airport at all.
Right.
Like, there were so many times where I was like, don't tell him. Like, I literally don't remember that at all, so.
But I'm very happy, and I'm actually very surprised.
Yeah. I also wish I could have recorded the phone call telling him, because I did. So I thought I did. And what I really did was take a photo because I was so nervous to vlog in the airport, because it's just the most awkward thing in the world. So I didn't get it, but he was like, what'd you even say?
I don't know. I thought you were kidding. I was just like, yeah, that would be super nice if I could come pick you up, but it's like 14 hours, and you're like, nah, I'm here. And I'm like,
and then you were like,
no,
wait, do I need to?
Are you? Like,
yeah.
Are you serious?
And I was like, no, seriously, like, kind of come pick me up, because I've, like, been here a while now.
And I was, like, still at work, like, still working on a car, like, and I was like, And then one of my coworkers, she's like, I have chills. You should go. And I was like, okay. So he just let me leave, and he cleaned up for me because he's a super nice guy.
Yeah, so he came and got me. We went to a dinner for one of his coworkers, that I crashed because he had those plans already. So yeah, I pulled off the surprise, kind of.
Yeah, I'd say you did. I was surprised.
Thanks, babe.
No, thank you for coming.
Okay, bye.